What about your co-founders? I think both of you mentioned you have co-founders.
Yeah.
How did you decide to do this with them? Because it's a leap of faith, right? It's a leap of faith holding someone else's hand. Like, how did you guys come to find who you wanted to build this dream of yours with?
Me and Sam get on really well, and that's been one of the best things about this experience, but also one of the luckiest, because I hadn't known him for that long before we came out here. Probably I met him 6 months before I got on a plane to California with him, and I was kind of like
I get the bet. I'm the
bet. But it's great. You have to have like this really close relationship. You end up, especially we're still living together now, and we just very well attuned to understanding what the other guy's thinking, right? So I'll walk into the office and I can just instantly tell if something's bothering him about the business, because you just see it on his face, and he'll say what's wrong, and he'll say I'm worried about this, And normally someone's concerned and the other person is more positive.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things about I found about doing startup in general is no one really tells you about the emotional up and down that you go through, especially early on. You're like one day
it's a roller coaster.
You're right up here, and the next day everything sucks and you're gonna die. So having a co-founder is really good to keep you level anyway, not too high, not too low.
Yeah. Totally agree.
I think you have to be very grounded to be an individual founder and be able to go through that.
Because as you said, it is such an emotional experience, and really your co-founder is the only one you can talk to, right? Like, you can't talk to some of the team members. It's really hard to call an investor and be like, hey, I'm scared. Like, what's going on? Like, everything's not working, because everything's always like rosy, right, with the investors regardless. I think it's so important to have that personal connection with your co-founder above and beyond just being able to work together. You have to be able to talk together, because you actually are living with your co-founder. And I may not be actually living with mine, but we might as well be.
Right.
I guess you're together so much on so many different levels.
Yep.
What about yourself?
Yeah, same here. I actually met my co-founder in school. We were friends for about 2 years before we started the company. We did pretty much all of our class projects together, and we did a case competition at Cal for entrepreneurship together, and then we won. And so then it was kind of a natural segue, and he and I were always coming to one of our professors with ideas, and our professor would always say, you're never going to be able to make a big company out of that, or that idea pretty much sucks. And then finally there was an idea that he liked, and we said, okay, he likes it, we like it, that's interesting. And I had made a couple photo books before, and so then we started the company. And starting a company with a co-founder is definitely different than doing class projects.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So we had to get through some things in our relationship early on. You get into disagreements, you get into arguments, you learn how to resolve conflict, and you go through these things, and you actually build a really strong relationship when you go through that.
Right.
And I think especially going through all the stress and the challenge of a startup, you end up with a really strong relationship or not.
Yeah.
In our case, we've been doing this 6 years, and we're like essentially best friends at this point.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely going to test the strength of the relationship.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It does.
Yeah.
So being around for 6 years, I guess you've had like more chance to adjust and iron out any potential issues prior to scaling up, and now recently you've scaled up to 60 employees. What were the challenges involved in going from, you'd been a small team for quite a while, probably become quite close-knit, and suddenly adding people really quickly?
Yeah.
Were there sort of issues there and anything you had to work around there?
Major. So I actually think the hardest, there's a bunch of different phases of the company. For us, that phase has been, how do you scale? And when you hit about 20 people, you realize, all right, just me and my co-founder leading this company is not going to scale. You become a bottleneck really fast, and people are coming to you to make decisions, and they're asking you questions, and they're not just asking your opinion on things, they want you to tell them what to do. And you realize, all right, I need leaders in this company. I need people who can make their own decisions, who I can trust, who I can delegate to. And then you hire in leaders, and sometimes some of the existing people don't like them, don't want to work with them, don't want to listen to them, or they wish that they could still be spending time with the co-founder. They don't feel as special. Or political issues come, you hire people from a big company, and they decide, instead of wanting to build the company, they want to build their own little team and empire inside the company. And all these different things that you don't ever, you interview these people and you're like, oh, it's just like hiring another developer or hiring another marketing person. But it's not. I mean, when you hire leaders, it's totally different.